Today in this video, we would be looking at the most important topic in our syllabus, class analysis and synthesis of sentences. In this topic, every student has got so many questions. How to handle this topic? And this topic poses some challenges too for those who have not given much importance in understanding certain nuances of grammatical issues. Well, I'm not going to spend much time on the theoretical aspect of this topic. I would like to give you brief analysis of how to manage with the exercise, the tasks that have been given in this text in this particular video. Well, you can open the page number 202. In this, we have got almost 23 tasks. After having gone through all these 23 topics, I have segregated these 23 topics from examination point of view into three different classifications. If you have got the textbook with you, just open that and take a look at the tasks. In this exercise, we have got 23 tasks from 1 to 9. Please take a look at the sentences. 1 to 9 are very easy. It means you will be having some roadmap or the clue with which you can navigate through the task. For instance, they went to the showroom. They bought a car. Your task will be combining these two sentences with and, a coordinating conjunction, which is going to be easy for you. The bag was heavy, I couldn't carry it. Combine with therefore. Run fast, you will miss the train. Combine with otherwise. Siraj plays hockey, he plays cricket. Combine with as well as. Ramani is lazy, she is dull. Combine with either or. My father doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink. Combine with neither nor. He was a boxer, he lectured at a university. Combine with not only but also. Besides being a singer, she is a dancer. Combine with not only but also. She danced beautifully. I played the piano. Combine with while. So, after having gone through all these nine, you would be having some relief because you can connect all of them with some, some provisions, the words, the conjunctions, which would help us make sentences. So, let's take a look at each one of them first. For instance, run fast. This one, they went to the showroom, they bought a car. How can we combine these two with the help of and? They went to the showroom and they bought a car. This is how you can connect. Number two, the bag was heavy. I couldn't carry it. We need to connect these two sentences with therefore. The bag was heavy, therefore I couldn't carry it. Is that not very simple? Absolutely, it is very simple. And run fast, you will miss the train. So you need to use otherwise here. Run fast, otherwise you will miss the train. Siraj plays hockey, he plays cricket. Combine with as well as. Siraj plays hockey as well as cricket. Ramani is lazy, she is dull. Ramani is either lazy or dull. My father doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink. My father neither smokes nor drinks. He was a boxer. He lectured at a university. He was not only a boxer but also lectured at a university. Besides being a singer, she's a dancer. Combined with not only but also, she is not only a singer but also a dancer. We will not even repeat the same subject, the pronoun according to parts of speech, which is used in the subject position. She doesn't come twice. This is what you need to observe. She is not only a singer, but also a dancer. And she danced beautifully. I played the piano. Here, the conjunction is while that is used to connect the sentences. She danced beautifully while I played the piano. Number 10, onwards, the real journey starts. In this topic, we have tried our level best to understand, but still, a few issues try to knock us down because it is necessary to have some grammatical approach to understand the sentences. Primarily, in this topic, clause analysis and synthesis of sentences, we have been given some information or else some input on understanding phrase, clause, and sentences. Phrase, a group of words which do not have, the phrases do not have either subject or predicate. Clause. Clause is a group of words which will give some sense, which has subject and predicate of its own. Predicate in the sense, after subject, what do you get in the English sentence? Subject plus verb plus object or complement. The combination of verb plus object or complement comes under predicate category. Similarly, sentence, a group of words which can give complete meaning, subject, verb, object. Sometimes subject is implied, then verb is absolutely given without any question. And object could be, compromised. Well, subject, verb, object is the pattern basically. So, in the topic titled Clause Analysis and Synthesis of Sentences, we are asked and directed to learn the basic definitions of phrase, clause, and sentence. This is fine. I'll get back to the task after briefing about these three components. And we are asked to just, propel into some area of phrase. How many types of phrases are there? A phrase in English is classified as per this content being given at intermediate level. Noun phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, and prepositional phrase. Each one of them acts according to the basic and holistic viewpoint, which has been very important for its formation. Number two, clause. Clauses are basically two types, main clause and subordinate clause. We do not segregate main clause, but we call main clause as principal clause, independent clause. Subordinate clause is classified into three types again: noun clause, adjectival clause, and adverbial clause. Noun, adjective, adverb. It doesn't have prepositional clause. Whereas phrases, the concept called phrases is classified into four types: noun phrase, adjective phrase, adverb phrase, and prepositional phrase. Whereas clause, only three types. Clause means, let me be very clear in this regard and don't get confused. Primarily, clause is divided into two branches. One is called main clause. The second one is called subordinate clause. Now the subordinate clause is further classified into three branches. Number one, noun clause. Number two, adjectival clause or adjective clause. Number three, adverbial clause. So this is the primary information that you have to understand from this topic. And sentence. a group of words. It's a group of words which can give complete meaning. Now the real task lies at this point, the core area of this topic. So how many types of sentences are there? This is a common question being asked usually, by and large. When we start learning grammar, we are introduced with the different types of sentences: assertive sentence or declarative sentence. Usually they are statements. Interrogative sentences. Usually they are questions. Imperative sentences. This is the third category. Either commands or requests. Number four, exclamatory sentences. They are strange things, like they give some sudden experiences, surprises. Number five, optative sentences, which would express wishes or greetings. But in this topic, we have not been asked to explore optative sentences, only four types have been given. Well, but we have heard something like a simple sentence, a compound sentence, and a complex sentence. What is this category, and what is the category which I have provided you a while ago? So how to see them and how to understand the difference between these two sets of sentence? Statement, question, command or request, surprises, wishes, something, something, something. This category comes under function. Sentences classification based on their functions. Whereas simple, compound, complex sentences are actually classified based on their structure. So structurally sentences are three types. What are they? Simple, compound and complex. And functionally sentences are five types. But in this topic we have been given only four types. What are they? Assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, exclamatory sentence, and optative sentence. Now we are not going to deal with this. We have already dealt with them when we began to learn English grammar. But in this topic, we are going to discuss simple, compound, complex. Very briefly, a simple sentence is a group of words again, which has subject of its own plus predicate. Predicate in the sense it contains or consists of verb plus object. There could be a phrase too. Please don't get me wrong here when I say a phrase, a group of words, but they don't have any subject, they don't have any verb. A set of words. This is the common definition that we can give to a simple sentence. Number two, compound sentence. A compound sentence actually has two independent clauses. Each one of them has got subject and verb. It's a very independent combination. And these two sentences are connected by some words. They are usually called conjunctions. In grammar, those conjunctions are called coordinating conjunctions. What are they called? Coordinating conjunctions. You're good. You said right. And complex sentence structure is very simple. We will have one main class connected with some subordinate classes. The subordinate classes actually are called so. As they don't give complete sense, they have to depend on main class. That's why they are subordinate classes. In other words, we can remember subordinate classes with any class that comes with a conjunction is called subordinate class. So, subordinate class plus main class, or a complex sentence may begin with main class plus subordinate class, maybe a subordinate class plus main class. Anything could be possible, but in a complex sentence we have main class and subordinate class. Now let's get back to this number 10. She had the required qualifications, but she did not get the job. Here, when you have the sentence in the exam, how to understand? In order to drive this point, the author has provided a series of models for all the students. To make it very clear, there are about 8 models. First of all, my job is to narrow down all these 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 19, up to 19. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18, 19, 8, 9, and 10. 10 sentences are very, very important and challenging too. Don't be silly about them. I'm going to deal with 10, 10 to 19. I'm not going to leave 20, 21, 22, 23. That is going to be the third classification. This classification is very personal. I have done it only to make sure that this exercise of 23 tasks would be super easy for you to write exam. If you have any question from this grammar topic, you are going to do very well. You will not have any problem. I can guarantee you that. So number 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. These 10 sentences are very important. So please keep them aside. We are going to look at number 10. She had the required qualifications, but she did not get the job. What is this sentence? We have seen just now simple, compound, complex. This sentence belongs to, in the textbook actually they have given in the bracket, change into simple and complex. When we have three, already two have been given here. The third one could be obviously compound sentence. And from grammar point of view, there is a conjunction here. To connect the two sentences, the conjunction is but. But please have the textbook with you and read the sentence, underline, and have the notebook. If you have what, please write down the sentence. And we need to answer these two. So what is the answer for this? How to write a simple sentence? She had the required qualifications, but she did not get the job. We need to make a sentence on simple and complex. So this, first of all, when we have a task like this, I'm sorry, we need to firstly mention in the textbook which model does it belong to. We have been given 8 models, 5 plus 3, 8 models have been given. This belongs to model 1. Please go to quick glance, page number 203. It is easy to identify. She had the required qualifications, but she did not get the job. But is the conjunction which you can find in the compound sentence category. Yet or but or still. These three are possible. So remaining 2, we have some clues here. If it is simple sentence, we need to begin it with in spite of. If it is a complex sentence, you can use though, oblique, although. So we have identified the exact model. It's easy now to answer the question. Number 1, we are going to make simple sentence. How can we start? In spite of. Number 10, she had the required qualifications, but she did not get the job. So this sentence, in spite of having the required qualifications, she did not get the job is the answer that comes under simple sentence category. I repeat, in spite of having the required qualifications, she did not get the job. This sentence has to be answered with the help of model 1. How did we know? Because the conjunction but helps us identify its exact model in the textbook itself, page number 203. Number 2, we need to make a sentence on complex sentence model 2. She had the required qualifications, but she did not get the job. This is the compound sentence. Let us take a look at the blueprint or else it's a roadmap given here. A complex sentence begins with either though or although, which comes under subordinate class category, because we need to identify the subordinate classes with conjunctions only. Now let's make a sentence here. Number 10. So we can make probably with this, though she had the required qualifications, she did not get the job. Though she had the required qualifications, she did not get the job. Next, number 11. Though she was poor, she would never ask for help. For example, you got this sentence in the examination. Without wasting time, what is the best strategy that you would adopt in order to handle this sentence? The sentence is a complex sentence first, because in the bracket, the simple compound have been asked. That means we need to understand the sentence given is complex model. In such case, and which model does it belong to? That is the second question. 1, 2, 3 or 10 or 8. So here it begins with though. That means it is again from model 1. In model 1, what is the way to write a simple sentence? We need to begin with in spite of. So you can make a sentence this way. In spite of her poverty, She would never ask for help. We have to begin with in spite of. This is a feature that you come across under simple sentence category. In spite of her poverty, she would never ask for help. This is a simple sentence. And compound sentence, how can we make a compound sentence? She was poor, but she would never ask for help. We need to use the coordinating conjunction but here, because in model 1 we can use yet, but, still. So, but is preferred. She was poor, but she would never ask for help. And let's take a look at number 12. Unless he makes the payment in time, his house will be confiscated. Here, we need to make sentences on two fronts. Number 1 compound, number 2 simple, which means the given sentence is complex. Now this begins with unless. Unless it gives negative meaning and if actually gives positive meaning. So in which model do we find it? This belongs to model number 2. Please take a look at the text in model 2. Simple sentence begins with in case of for positive, in case of not for negative. Compound sentence anyhow has and or positive for and or is used for negative. And complex sentence actually has if for positive, unless for negative. So based on this analysis or the information, we will make sentence. Unless he makes the payment in time, his house will be confiscated. How can you make a compound sentence here, friends? So you can make a sentence this way. He must make the payment in time, and the conjunction is or. He must make the payment in time, or his house will be confiscated. This is compound sentence. And simple sentence will be in case of not making the payment in time, his house will be confiscated. Why is it in case of? We have two provisions in model 2 to make a simple sentence. If the sentence expresses positive meaning, we have to use in case of. If it expresses negative sense, we have to use in case of not. So in case of not would be preferred here. Next, number 13, hire a taxi and you will not miss the bus. Here and is the conjunction, so obviously this is compound sentence, and we need to make complex and simple sentences based on this sentence. So how can we make, and which model does it belong to? This sentence again belongs to model number 2. When I say model number 2, please go immediately to model number 2 and see the way how you can make a complex sentence and simple sentence. For instance, you can make a sentence in simple. If you hire a taxi, because if is used for positive meaning, unless is used for negative meaning. So if you hire a taxi, you will not miss the train or bus. If you hire a taxi, you will not miss the bus. That is the answer for complex sentence. And how can you make a simple sentence in model number 2? In model number 2, simple sentence begins with in case of for positive, in case of not negative. So we can make a sentence. In case of hiring a taxi, you will not miss the bus. Because in the main class, n-word not has been given. So we should write with positive sense. That is the reason why if has been selected. In the complex sentence. And for simple sentence, in case of has been selected. There are two provisions, in case of not. So in case of hiring a taxi, comma, you will not miss the bus. And number 14, the visitors arrived, so we all stood up. Change into simple and complex. So means it's the conjunction there. So we need to make a simple sentence and complex sentence based on this information. Number 14, as the visitors arrived, we all stood up. As the visitors arrived, we all stood up. As is a conjunction, and as, where do you find as? In model number 3. Model number 3, complex sentence. As is found in model number 3, and we need to make a simple sentence this way. How can we make? In model number 3, the simple sentence begins with the being plus adjective. This is the formula, or owing to. It begins with owing to also. Being plus adjective or owing to. So the possible answer for this task in simple sentence category will be as the Visitors arrived, we all stood up is the complex sentence, and the simple sentence is at the visitor's arrival, at the visitor's arrival, we all stood up. At the visitor's arrival is actually a phrase. It's not a clause even. It's a phrase. So in simple sentence, we don't find clauses. A simple sentence either has subject, verb, object purely. Otherwise, it may have some extra information, which is going to be the phrase. Okay. At the visitor's arrival, we all stood up. That's it. Number 15. As it was very cold, we stayed indoors. Which model is it from? This is from model number 3 again. We need to make simple sentence. How can we make simple sentence? It was very cold and we stayed indoors. So that is compound sentence, and simple sentence is it being very cold, we stayed indoors. Because if you look at the road map, or else the path which we need to make very clear in model number 3, the simple sentence begins with being plus adjective. So the answer will be it being very cold, we stayed indoors. Number 16. I did not know what to do and called the doctor. I did not know what to do and called the doctor. This actually belongs to model number 3 again. So we need to change into complex and simple. I did not know what to do and called the doctor. So we can make the answer possibly this way. Not knowing what to do, I called the doctor. How would you start? Not knowing what to do, I called the doctor. This is simple sentence. As I did not know what to do, I called the doctor is the complex sentence. As I did not know what to do, as I did not know, yes, I did not know what to do, I called the doctor. Next 17, when he heard a cry, he rushed into the room. So compound and simple sentences are to be made. Hearing a cry, he rushed into the room. Hearing a cry, he rushed into the room is simple sentence. He heard a cry and he rushed into the room is compound sentence. He heard a cry and he rushed into the room is compound sentence. This sentence belongs to number 4. This is model number 4. And model number 5 is actually written with 18th task. The problem was very difficult and so no one could solve it. I think model number 5, please take a look at that. In model number 5, very and so in compound sentence. This is the formula. Very and so is the formula. To is simple sentence formula. Compound sentence formula is very and so. Complex sentence uses so, that to, not. Okay. Now according to this pattern, number 18 will go this way. The problem was so difficult that no one could solve it. This is the complex sentence. The problem was so difficult that no one could solve it is complex sentence. The problem was too difficult for anyone to solve it is the simple sentence. The problem was too difficult for anyone to solve it is the simple sentence. Next, number 19. The box was so heavy that I couldn't lift it. So what is the model in which this sentence is written? Actually, this is from model number 5 again. And this has to be written in compound as well as simple sentence. So in model 5, what is the way that you can use or else the formula you can adopt to make a sentence? In model number 5, this sentence goes this way. The box was so heavy that I couldn't lift it. The box was very heavy and so comes very and so. The box was very heavy and so I could not lift it is the compound sentence. The box was too heavy for me to lift it. The box was too heavy for me to lift it is the answer. Friends, I have said from 10 up to 19, the sentences actually should be put under one particular segment. 20, 21, 22, 23, all of them are simple sentences. Simple in the sense very easy for us because they have been asked to make in complex sentence category. A blind man needs help. The injured were taken to the nearest hospital. The students hope to pass the exams. Please wait until told to proceed. All these sentences have been asked to write in complex sentences. Now let's start. This is the third category. The first category is up to number 9, 1 to 9. Second category is 10 to 19, and the third category 20 to 23. With this, we will finish the task. Now, 19, finished. A blind man needs help. What is this sentence? Under which category we can place this particular sentence or task? This actually is placed under model number 6, 5 plus 1, 6. So, where do you find 6? On the page number 204, you can find this 6. Simple compound complex. If you look at this structure or else the roadmap, in this we don't find any example for compound sentence, which means we don't have any application in this model number 6 for compound sentence. Simple sentence is a rolling stone gathers no moss. This is an example having been given in this textbook. And complex sentence actually uses who or which or that or whose or whom plus be form plus adjective. That's it. A stone which is rolling gathers no moss. I think this model makes relative clauses type sentences. Relative clauses very easy. Who, which, that you must have used. Some information describes. Maybe it comes under adjective clauses too. Okay. Now let's take a look at the answer which is necessary for us to understand the number 20. The answer is a man who is blind needs help. You need to dissect the sentence. A man who is blind, who is used as a conjunction. It's a relative conjunction. It's a relative pronoun to directly talk about the man. The man who is blind needs help is the answer for 20th one. 21st sentence. The injured were taken to the hospital, nearest hospital. The injured were taken to the hospital which was nearest or which is nearest. The injured were taken to the hospital which was the nearest. We establish some extra clause which is used as a conjunction here. So which was the nearest is the answer. Number 22, the students hope to pass the exams. Change into complex. The students hope that they will pass the exam. The students hoped that they would pass the exams. Maybe this is like indirect speech. The students hoped that they would pass the exams is the answer. The students hoped that they would pass the exams. And 23, please wait until told to proceed. How can you write in complex? The please wait until you are told. You plus are should be added between until and told. Please wait until you are told to proceed. Friends, this 23 will definitely be helpful. You will definitely write exam well. And do not get panicky. It's going to be fine. All you need is 23 sentences or tasks being given under this exercise from the topic clause analysis and synthesis of sentences. If you can segregate these 23 into 3 parts, first 1 to 9, second 10 to 19, and the third category 20 to 23, the task is going to be very easy for you. You are going to do very well. All the very best. Take care.